Hello, my name is Lucien Sanu, and I'm a medical doctor who chose to specialize in spiritual care. And my message for you today is on spiritual suffering. Work into the trap of God's spiritual care is about managing spiritual suffering in order to you to experience healthy happiness and improve the quality of life as those who walked with Jesus in Palestine as written in the Gospels. There is a phenomenon in human existence, the spiritual suffering that misses in conventional medical definition of suffering, and that is insufficiently managed in religious science. Spiritual suffering is the root and the consequence of, in general, life phenomenon such as health and happiness, and in particular, living phenomena such as sin, wound, disease, illness, fear, frustration, temptation, evil spirits, ignorance, indifference, unhealthy happiness, and the mediocrity of life. Those life and living phenomena are insufficiently conceptualized by modern sciences, including religious science, because of too much abstraction in the constructs of divinity, spirituality, and humanity. God, an angel, good or demon, and a human being, man or woman, are concrete, living, and unique beings who require adequacy in how to observe them. Those beings share spirituality or spiritual belongingness. Spiritual suffering rises from their revelation and or unfolding. Spiritual suffering is difficult to be defined out of consciousness and conscience or conscientiousness of the knowledge of the reality of these three beings. Its definition and its management require discernment, training, and effect clarification. There are two effective ways to educate and care for spiritual suffering: charismatic prayer and meditation prayer. The bias of conventional medical science is to neglect divine spirituality and spiritual suffering in caring for human suffering. The bias of religious science is to ignore humanity in promoting God. Conformably to the biblical narrative, and in order to stimulate your religious and scientific curiosity, I invite you to follow Jesus' story from the encounter of the angel Gabriel and human beings such as Zachariah, Mary, and Joseph to the coronation, according to Catholic teaching, of Mary the mother of Jesus. And that story, you found it well written in the Gospels and in the prayer of the Rosary, the mystery of the Rosary. God, in this story, took care of any detail of human suffering. This means divine suffering reveals spiritual suffering. Spiritual suffering is connected with physical suffering and psychological suffering. Spiritual suffering rises from divine spirituality, sin, wound, disease, illness, fear, frustration, temptation, evil spirit, ignorance, indifference, unhealthy happiness, and the mediocrity of life. Spiritual suffering is healthy when God, and unhealthy when spiritual suffering is healthy when from God, and unhealthy when from human and psychosocial spirituality. Its education and care result in wonders, as it is written in the Gospels, and the witnessing of those who experience Jesus Christ. And that was part of my research since 1985. And the wonders I found in the Bible, Christian Bible, are the same wonders that I lived in the practice of my medical ability, I would say my medical profession. Because when I talk about this suffering, and I have the kind of echo from those who are suffering from it, it results on their healing, their curing, their liberating, their deliverance, and also it inspires their knowledge and motivation to overcome indifference and ignorance, and most of all, they experience what is written as miracles, because they experience healthy happiness and improve the quality of life. As I told you in a prior intervention, I say that we are in business. If you feel that this is your suffering and you don't find satisfaction and result in our conventional medical care, in I would say modern religious science, because it's how we live it, come to work into the trend of God's spiritual care, and we will work together in this path to your healthy happiness and the quality of life. Go to www.jesus-sat.net and let us go in business, and you will see. I give you 1 week, 1 month, and if in 1 month you're not satisfied, drop me. God bless you. I hope to see you, and I hope to help you in managing your suffering, so you find back, or you retrieve, or wherever it is, you experience healthy happiness and improve the quality of life. Be healthy, be happy. God bless you. Thank you.